Elon Musk is set to become the first trillionaire ever on this planet. And he will do it through his company called SpaceX. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how he has been able to do that and why really nobody else has. I'm going to make it very simple for you to understand, going through just 5 steps. So, who is this video for? This video is for founders. Anywhere from startup founders who are on absolutely zero, all the way to multinational, FTSE 100, multi-billion-dollar corporations. Honestly, all the way to $100 billion plus. What we're going to cover? We're going to cover my 5-step vision hiring framework that I've created. That's going to explain what Elon Musk has been able to do to achieve this. Well, he's going to achieve this trillionaire status. When would somebody need to implement this? ASAP. This is something that needs to be implemented ASAP, no matter where you are as a founder, from the very beginning all the way to the very end. I don't care what stage you are in your business. You're making billions, hundreds of millions. This is something that needs to be implemented as soon as possible. Where this needs to be incorporated at the foundational level of the business. Really, this is for a CEO. This is for C-suite. This is something that needs to be at the bedrock of every single company. And why? Frankly, if you don't implement what I'm about to show you, your company isn't going to last. You're not going to be able to understand why Elon Musk is going to hit trillionaire status, because he's able to hire top talent. It's because of the enterprise value that he's going to achieve from SpaceX, mainly SpaceX. Obviously, he's got Tesla as well. And, many other things. But yeah, we're just going to get into it. Just going to get really right into this. Now, for those of you who must have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, let me just break it down to you at a basic level. What is Elon Musk's route to get to that 1 trillion mark? So, in fact, let me just put it in a better way. So that 1 trillion. Now, currently, Elon Musk has an $833 billion net worth, and that's mostly comprised of Tesla, and his stock, the stock that he's got in there. Now, for him to get to that trillion mark, that's going to happen through one company and one company alone, and that's SpaceX. And this is going to be really the focus of this video. Everything today is going to be about SpaceX. SpaceX value, SpaceX's employees, and why Elon Musk is going to be able to achieve these trillions of dollars. If you don't know, SpaceX is about to go public. Right now, it's done all its SEC filings. That's basically, there's so much paperwork basically that goes into putting your company on the US stock exchange. There's so many laws, there's so many regulations. And right now it's going through these SEC filings. And on those SEC filings, there's something in there. There's a pay package that Elon Musk is going to be entitled to. That pay package is what we're going to call the Mars Colony Bonus. And in that, and all that basically stipulates is that if SpaceX is able to habitate Mars and have 1 million people basically permanently residing on Mars, and basically, long story short, achieve its goal of human beings being a multi-planetary species. What that will unlock is 200 million, so let's paint a different color. What that will essentially unlock for Elon Musk is 200 million super voting shares. And what that will, and sorry, let me just go one more back. So that Mars colony bonus is 1 million people living there permanently, achieving its goal of being a multi-planetary species. What that unlocks, and it also has to hit a net worth of about 7.5 trillion the worth of SpaceX as a company. It has to be 7.5 trillion in market value. Once these kind of three things are hit, Elon Musk gets 200 million super voting shares, which would, roughly equate to about, anywhere from 600 to, $800 billion in extra net worth. Adding that to his 833 billion, it's taking someone like Elon Musk to about $1.6 trillion in net worth. Now, some of you might think that this Mars colony bonus is to motivate Elon Musk. Some of you are probably watching this video right now thinking, Elon Musk is licking his lips. He can't wait for SpaceX to hit all of these goals so he can walk away as a trillionaire. It's not. This has got nothing to do with Elon Musk. Even though it might be great for him, remember, that 1.5 trillion is going to be in stock options. Unless he sells it, he doesn't have access to any of that capital at the end of the day. And frankly, Elon Musk doesn't care. What this goal is for, what this bonus is for, this is for people. And two specific types of people. A, the investors. B, the employees. Why? Both the investors and the employees are the people that are going to be most motivated by this. For the investors, they're going to be motivated by this Mars colony bonus because what they see is SpaceX has a long-term vision. If they achieve this goal, it means that SpaceX is going to be worth so and so much. And so it means that whatever you invest into SpaceX now is going to be worth X, Y, and Z much in the future. Why this benefits the employees is for a multitude of reasons. And it's really what I'm going to go into detail with in this video. This is really now where, if you're a founder, if you're a business owner, this is where you really need to pay attention. Because the only reason because this is where we really see the mind of Elon Musk. The only reason companies ever really succeed is because of the employees. It's because of people at the end of the day. Most companies will spend the majority of their revenue is spent on their wage bill. The majority of their revenue is spent on hiring talent. The only reason a company can succeed is because of the people behind it. It's because of the innovation that happens behind it. It's because of the manpower that's happening there. And so the people that you're going to need to motivate the most out of everybody is the employees. Because investors don't win if employees aren't actually working in there. And so what I'm about to explain is what I've coined is the 5VH, the 5-stage vision hiring framework. And I'm gonna show it right now. I first need you to understand this. What I'm about to explain to you is just how human nature works. Human beings have 5 basic needs. I got this concept from the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And at the base level of those beliefs is what we call physiological needs. Let me show this. Now, physiological are things like just basic physical needs like shelter, food, water, those kinds of things. Next, once those needs are taken care of, then we go on to our next need, which is safety and security. After that's taken care of, then we move on to love and belonging. So humans need to feel like, once safety and security is taken care of, humans need to feel like they're a part of something. You know, that they feel loved, and you know, that can come from family, that can come from friends, but humans need to feel loved. After that, our next kind of need is self-esteem. So that's, you know, your self-worth. How you feel about yourself. You know, your identity, you know, that's your self-esteem. And then the highest need that we have is what we call self-actualization. What that is are things like purpose, legacy, longevity. And that's the highest need of all human beings. Now, when we look at a company like SpaceX, you see, SpaceX actually, let's see if this works. Yeah, so when we look at a company like SpaceX, actually, I don't like that color. Yeah, but when we look at a company like SpaceX, how they hire is from the top down. But most of the companies hire from the bottom up. So SpaceX actually hires from the top down. Most of the companies hire from the bottom up. You see, with SpaceX, they are able to attack, they are able to hire the top talent and the best talent because they actually cater to a human being's highest needs. And that's their self-actualization. SpaceX's number one goal, and I presented it to you with what they're literally putting in their, you know, their highest care package, the Mars colony package, is humans. The human species is supposed to be a multi-planetary species. This is SpaceX's number one goal. And this is something that, listen, anybody can get behind. This is not anybody, but this is something now, this goal that SpaceX has is something that employees getting behind this understand that the work that I put into SpaceX, it's not just for me, it's not just so I can pay my rent. It's not just so I can have a roof over my head. It's not just so I can be in a group of people that you know, and colleagues that are cool. It's not just so that I can, you know, have the title of engineer and I can feel a bit good. This actually is legacy. This is something that's going to live on. This is something bigger than me. This is why Elon Musk is able to hire top talent. And other companies, like traditional companies, your banks, your retails, I don't even want to name them, but most of you other company owners out there, you start from the bottom up. So what you start off doing is, let's offer more money so you can buy more food, because you need to take your wife from, normal restaurants to fine dining restaurants. Let's offer you some safety and security packages so that you can get a bigger house. Let's give you better love and belonging. So, we're going to try and fake a nice environment and be all nice and employees are all nice, or even self-esteem. And let's give you this title, director and managing partner and all of these things. What you don't understand is that because you prioritize on the bottom things first, you guys over here, as soon as someone offers 10% more in pay, your employees jump. Someone offers 15% more, your employees jump. They jump because all you do for them is you cater to their physiological needs. And so if someone is able, and safety and security, so if someone is able to have a bigger house by working for X company, they'll move over there. The difference with SpaceX and what Elon Musk is doing, and he's done that also with Tesla if you didn't realize. The whole goal for Tesla was, let's make sure that electric cars are everywhere for the sake of the planet. And Elon Musk would say, I don't care if Tesla isn't successful, as long as there are more electric car companies out there. This is a purpose, a vision that people could get behind. And with SpaceX, that's what's happening right now. So even if you do offer them 25% more, and even if an engineering company does offer them 25% more, 50%, 100% more, because a human being's need of self-actualization trumps self-esteem, trumps love and belonging. Even if you offer them a bigger role and you offer them, a better community, quote unquote, the need of self-actualization, the need of legacy trumps all. And that's how every company should operate. If you can take my this kind of 5-step framework, which I've literally just got from Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if you can take this and then now apply it to your company and now start hiring at a higher, looking at hiring top talent and trying to take it from looking at it from a higher playing field and a higher view, you're going to get better talent. You're going to get better employees. You're going to get better partners. You're going to get a better team. And people are the only thing that make a company scale. People are the only thing. Elon Musk cannot hit that, the Mars colony bonus by himself. He needs the right people. He needs the right team. He needs the right players. This is the only way companies succeed. This is the only way companies stay. The companies that last the longest are because they have the best players. They have the best team. And this is how they hire. They hire based off self-actualization. They keep that number one. What's the vision? What's the legacy? That's the number one thing. This is something that you must implement in your company. You must implement some level of legacy, some level of vision, something that's bigger, something that someone walking into the company, they can strive for, so that even if they're offered X, Y, and Z more, they won't take it. You need that in your company today. That's why I said, who's this for? Where's this for? It's for any founder from zero to hundreds of billions of dollars. You need this and you need it now. Look, a retail giant like Walmart or Tesco, Audi, Lidl, Johnson's & Johnson's, Hobby Lobby, they're going to get 40 hours. You're going to get, even though you might be paying somebody 60, 70, 80 hours, you'll only get 40 hours of bare minimum work. Or banks, JP Morgan and all of you, multi, and hedge fund, you're going to just get the just about bare minimum compliant work. We'll do what's compliant, just enough. What Elon Musk gets from people is 80 hours. And remember, these are and back to the banks and the banks and the large traditional retailers, you're just going to get just enough compliant. They're out by 5 or they're out by 8. They're out when the clock is done. But an individual like Elon Musk is going to get 80 hours of almost voluntary, obsessive work. Because they believe that they are literally saving the human race. You're not going to get any better than that. Who do you want? Do you want an employee that feels like they are saving the human race, or do you want an employee that's doing just enough? The choice is yours. The vision is yours. It's up to you to communicate that vision. Communication of vision. What Elon Musk does exceptionally well, and any founder that has a legacy mission, is they communicate the vision. If you're unable to communicate the vision to your team, to your employees, to your C-suite, if you're unable to communicate the vision, the self-actualization, then nobody's ever going to know whether or not they should join. You see, Elon Musk does a fantastic job with this. What you see Elon Musk do is he's been talking about the mission, SpaceX's mission of being a multi-planetary, of SpaceX's mission of making the human species a multi-planetary species for decades. And he uses every platform to communicate that vision. And unfortunately, you sorry founders aren't doing it. He's using podcasts, any interview he's on, and conferences, and any and Twitter, which he just bought. And now you're starting to understand, oh, that's why Elon Musk bought Twitter. Yeah, duh. You must communicate a vision, and it's imperative that you have a platform to communicate that. What you don't understand is that the reason why Elon Musk communicates the vision the way he does is what he's doing is he's trying to grab two people. He's trying to get two people. Either that employee that is going to put their 80 hours of work and they're innovative and they are, any other company would pay them 100 times more, but they would rather work for Elon Musk because of the vision. And he's also trying to get he's also trying to get investors. Because it's the investors and it's the investors that put the money in that makes the company grow. Without investor money, the company cannot grow because companies need cash, especially companies like SpaceX, which are going to lose billions and billions of dollars. They need that cash in order to grow. And if investors, I don't know why I keep saying founders, but if investors can get behind this vision, they're happy not only to put their money in, but put a lot of their money in and hold their money for as long as possible. That's what they're, going to be happy to do. And this is why you communicate the vision. This is why any founder that isn't constantly communicating their vision is a founder that is going to have a company that's going to fail. You have to be constantly communicating your vision. You have to be able to, and you see, when you're able to communicate, and when you're able to communicate your vision, and look, a lot of founders, a lot of people, they're able to communicate the vision on a one-to-one basis. And that's all right. But the best way to communicate vision is one-to-many. And that's why you need a platform. In 2026, founders that don't have a one-to-many platform to communicate their vision are the ones that are going to lack. Because the thing is, now you can start taking advantage of compounding much faster than a founder that's on a one-to-one. And look, if you can't do that, then you probably need to hire someone or communicate your vision on a one-to-one basis to somebody who can do a one-to-many. You need that one fast. You need somebody who can communicate your vision on a one-to-many, because how else are you going to get your two most important things in any company? Investors, investor finance, the capital, and the manpower, the team. The two most important things. How else are you going to do that? You have to communicate the vision. So I hope this helped. I just wanted to delve into the mind of Elon Musk, dive into the brain. And I think this is just, founders just don't really look at it like this, from this perspective, from this worldview. So we just wanted to deliver that. And I hope it helped anybody from any stage of their business. Peace.